Hello all. So today we'll cover day 1 introduction to Python programming language and Python basics. तो आज हम सीखेंगे कि Python में कैसे स्टार्ट करें और Python को कैसे इंस्टॉलेशन करेंगे और Python वेरिएबल्स के बारे में सीखेंगे और ऑल्सो हम कुछ कोड करके भी देखेंगे. तो चलते हैं. लेट्स गो अहेड. Hi, so let us go to introduction to Python. So Python is the most popular programming language today. It is the most easy to learn and use because of the easy syntax. It is an interpreter level language and it is a multi-platform language which can be used over Windows, Mac or any of the softwares or IDE. Also, yeah, it was invented by Guido van Rossum, or you can say created by Guido van Rossum. It was released in 1991. It relies on indentation and it interprets new line as a command. Without indentation, it would throw an error. Python language has a lot of uses and applications. So it is used in software engineering, web development, mathematics, database systems, data analysis, system scripting, scientific research, and there are a lot more uses. So it is highly useful language. It's a multi-purpose language, and it is very easy to learn. So let us go ahead. So now let us learn how to install Python in your laptop or PC. So basically, we'll download the latest version, Python 3.13.2. It was recently released in February 2025. First, go to python.org. First, go to python.org, go to downloads. You can see this download button for Python 3.13.2. So you can directly go ahead and download this. So we could see there is a so I already have Python installed in it. So for now, what I would suggest, you can go ahead and I would give one more video on this. So just install Python in your laptop and click the add to path checkbox so that it is already added to your path variable, and also you should add it manually to your system variable when you go to environment variable in your. Now let us go to command prompt and check Python space minus version, which will give the Python version. So if it gives the Python version name, here we can see it is Python 3.13.2. So Python is successfully downloaded on laptop. So we can use either on IDE or we can use on any of the online IDEs. There are many Python IDEs. We're going to use online IDE today. We'll also learn in one more video about PyCharm, how to download PyCharm in our laptop. For now, I won't be covering that. If you want, you can download yourself, go to PyCharm website and download PyCharm as well. You can download a Python community version, which is free, and Python professional version will be available free for 1 month. Okay, so now let us see how Python variables are declared. आपको आज Python variables के बारे में बताएंगे. So very easy to learn. If you can see, x is equal to 5. So the value is assigned on using assignment operator. X is equal to 5. So 5 is assigned to variable x. There is no prefix required to it, and we can simply use print x to print the value. Now, when you want to assign a string, so you can simply use y is equal to hello comma word. Either you can use it in double quotes or you use it as in a single quote. Both will be same. So on using print y, it will print same hello comma space word. Yeah, and when we talk about comments, hash is used for comments in Python. So if you are writing hash after your code, it won't be interpreted as a code, and you can use it for increasing the readability of the code. Comments are usually used to increase the readability of the code, so that if another developer joins in, he can easily figure it out what is the use of code, and he will be able to work on it further. So it is easier for collaboration as well. So next is casting. So when we talk about casting, so there, we have like you can use for string. If we suppose use str in bracket, open bracket, close bracket 3, or int function or float, so it will convert the variable to that particular variable type. हाँ, तो अब हम अपने ऑनलाइन आईडी पे प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. विल डू हैंड्स ऑन आवर ऑनलाइन आईडी. तो लेट अस सी व्हेन वी असाइन x इज इक्वल टू hello comma space word, and next line we are going to print it. So simply you can click run and it will print hello comma space word. Similarly you can comment it out and you can use for x is equal to 5 print comma x, so it will print the string. And if you want to go for casting, you can test that as well. str comma 5 b is equal to int 5 in brackets 5, so we want to convert into integer. C is equal to float 5. So what we are going to do now, simply for printing these we will be using print statements for each new line. So you can see it will print 5.0. So here 5 is stated as a string, so it will be printed as 5, or integer is 5, and float will be with decimal 5.0. Now we talk about how variable names are given in Python. So a variable name must start with a letter or a underscore. It can also start with a number, but standard is it should start with a letter or a underscore. So there are three standard cases we use: camel case, Pascal case, snake case. In camel case we use first word in small and first letter of the second word in caps. In Pascal case we use first letter of the first word in caps and first letter of the second word in caps. Snake case we use underscore in between and all the characters are in small. And so basically condition is it should contain only alphanumeric or underscore, and it is case sensitive. Small x and capital X both will be different variables altogether. And when we talk about assignment, so we can there is a boon that we can assign multiple variables in a single statement: x comma y comma z is equal to orange, banana, cherry. Similarly, we can also assign same value to different variables in a single statement. And now when we talk about printing multiple variables, we can do that as well. We can use print x comma y comma z to print multiple variables with space, and we can use print x plus y plus z as well, that will concatenate the string. But we have to make sure that these all three variables are of same type, else it will throw an error. We will see how we will overcome that as well. Let us go to our ID. Let's see how we declare variable names on our Python ID. So we can use mynum is equal to true, or we can also use my underscore, or we can use, so we can use all three: camel case, snake case and Pascal case respectively. These all three will work, but when we talk about number, yeah, we can use that as well. So let us see, we will try printing these. So you can see my num is not defined, so we'll run it again. Yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5 will be present. Now let us try something which is not allowed. Now it will give a real syntax. So I hope you got it. What? So in variable names we should be using underscore characters, and very few times we can use numeric as well, alphanumeric. So we need to use alphanumerics and underscore. Now we can print all these variables in a single line. Use our multivariable parent function. So we can see all are getting printed in single line. Now what we can see, we will declare one more variable as it is a name, so it's a string. So what we are going to do, let us see whether we are able to print it. So yeah, it will print it, but suppose if you want to concatenate this, I mean this will also be using as operations. And this will throw an error, which is not allowed. Unsupported operand for int string. So what we are going to do, we'll see it in later. Now let us discuss about global variable. So variables which we declare outside a function in the main, main scope of the Python program. So that would be a global variable. So we cannot reassign that value inside a function. But suppose if we want to reassign that value inside a function, we'll use a global variable. So if you put global as a prefix, then what we'll do, even inside the function, it will be treated as a global variable and it will replace the value. So we'll see how on our ID how it will do. Now first, let us discuss about data types. So which data types we have in Python? We have text type as str, which is also string type. Numeric types as int, float, and complex. Sequence types as list, tuple, range. We'll discuss it more in later videos. Mapping type, it is dictionary. These all are data structure types. Set types, set and frozen set. This we are going to discuss this in a way. Boolean types, bool. Binary types, byte, byte array, memory view. None type. And suppose you want to get the type of these data types, so you can use the type function, right? Type of x. Now let us discuss on IDE. Let us try hands on. हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं अपने IDE में कैसे हम ग्लोबल वेरिएबल को डिक्लेयर करेंगे और कैसे हम ग्लोबल एज प्रीफिक्स यूज़ करके उसको ग्लोबल बना सकते हैं, और विल स्टडी फॉर स्कोप्स इन लेटर वीडियो. और नेक्स्ट हम एक और चीज़ इसमें डिस्कस करेंगे कि हमारे जो डाटा टाइप्स हैं उनको कैसे हम डिक्लेयर करेंगे. लेट अस स्टार्ट. सो suppose x is equal to 5 here, so this is a global variable, and when we use definition function, so this is a function declaration. We'll know about it in future, but for now not an issue. So suppose we declare it as x equal to 4, this will be a new declaration altogether. So when we use parent x and we call this function. So what this will do, this will print x is equal to 4 for the variable inside the function, which will be a local variable, not a global variable. And when we talk about the value outside the x, outside the function, then it will be 5, which will be equal to, which is a global variable. So how we are going to make it global? We're simply going to prefix global before it. Now how it is going to do, let us see. Yeah, so here we are making some mistake. So it won't be like, we cannot declare like this. So basically we will be reassigning x in next line. So now we can use this. Yeah, so here we are making some mistake. So it won't be see like how it is. We cannot declare like this. So basically we will be reassigning x in next line. So now x is used as a global variable even inside the function. So it is reassigned as x equal to 4. So now when we talk about data types, how it is. Now x is used as a global variable even inside the function, so it is reassigned as x equal to 4. Now when we talk about data types, so first let us talk about str. X is equal to, hello, this is a use of str when we talk about complex, that is a number type, so we can call it x is equal to 1j. This is a complex data type. Let us see how it is used here. So this is a complex data type which we use it while in different mathematical calculations. We'll learn about it later. So and suppose we are going to use different struct types. First is list. Second is tuple. Then we have dictionary type. Which takes key pair values. Let us print this. We will print the key pair. Now we'll take the set. This will print the set values. Sorry, we have made a mistake here. So the set is unordered, so this will be printed as it is. Now we have byte, byte array. Yeah, and set we can also give frozen set. We'll learn about this implementation later. So basically this will give the inform about the memory, where is the storage. So let us go ahead with strings. Now let us discuss how we are going to use random number. So when we need to import random module, import random, and then we can use print function random dot range 1 to 10. So what this will do, this will by default it will print, it will take a number between 1 to 10 randomly, so as an integer. So we'll do its hands-on as well. Now when we talk about string data type, so string in Python is an arrow of bytes representing Unicode. Basically, we can treat string as a array of characters as well. So and even a character, there's no character data type here in Python, so we single character is treated as a string. So but we are going to use different functions in, on string, different methods we have different lot many inbuilt methods, string methods. Let us talk about them. Yeah, here. So when we talk about string methods, we are going to use length for length, using calculating the length of the string. We are going to use replace for replacing the characters. We are going to use upper for converting to uppercase, lower for lowercase. We're going to use strip for basically stripping the white spaces from starting or the last of the string, and split we will use it to convert a string into an array. We can now, as we discussed it before, we cannot concatenate one string and one integer in Python. So we use format strings, which is introduced in Python 3.6. So we can use f as a prefix before the string, so that we can process the variables, and we can even use lambda functions. We can even use function declarations. We can use the like after semicolon we can use dot to f for the float declaration, so that we can use a float data type here. So let us see. Let us go to ID, how this is going to work. Now let us do hands-on on Python strings. हम hands on कर रहे हैं Python का basically strings के methods का. We'll learn Python slicing. We'll learn how we'll use length function. So let us start. So suppose we have x is equal to hello world. So we need to splice the function. So we have different type of splicing. We can print from 0 to 2. So what this will mean, we print h and e. So this is treating as the string as an array of characters. So it is going to print h and e. Suppose we are going to print index 1 is going to print letter e. So in splicing, another way of doing is, suppose we give nothing as the starting index and 2 as the index at the end. So what it will print? Will print 0 and 1. So what is the syntax? It is start and the end won't be included. So this will bring HE. So similarly, we can do two as a start and index. We can leave it. So what will do? It will start from the 2 and will print the rest of the characters. And suppose, yeah, so there's a concept of negative index. We are also going to study about it more in future videos. For now, last index is the -1 in Python. So suppose we are going to use -1. So it is going to print B. So we can give like this, -3 to 1. Then what will print? Would print RNL. Yeah, so it is printed RNL. Now this is how we do slicing out of a string, and now we can use len function. So len function is for finding the length. We can directly use print len of x. So 12 is the length basically. There are 12 characters including white space, I mean. So we can see there's, so somehow we can also use white space here. So in the functions, sorry, the string. So we can have a string L something like this. So when we print x dot strip, so what is going to print? It is going to strip the white spaces, and we can even replace this replace method. What it will do? It will replace h with L. So let us see how it works. Yeah, so hello world becomes hello world. So what else is remaining? Yeah, we can use split. So basically what it will do, it will convert. So we are going to split it in two parts. So it will convert into a array of two strings, hello and world. It is separated by a comma. So there are a lot many inbuilt methods we have in Python. So these are the ones of the common among them. We have some more. We can also use print x dot upper. This is for converting into uppercase. So our whole string is printed in uppercase, and suppose if we want to print whole in lowercase, so we can use there are some more functions like we have x is alpha. So there's one function called is alpha. So this is a boolean basically. So it will give boolean values. It is false because it's not completely numeric. Sorry, alpha is for characters. There is a white space. Now let us know how format f string is introduced in 3.6 Python 3.6 and how it is implemented in Python. So let us do it on IDE. So suppose we want to print age of a person. Age is 25 years. So when we are printing hello, my age is something like this. Then this is going to print. And suppose we want to take from the variable, then whether this is going to print? No. So for this we are going to use f function before this. This is format string. Let us see how this will print. Yeah, so this is going to solve our issue. So we can use anything here. So in starting what we used, yeah, so we can also do something like this. So yeah, we can put here F. This will print the so concentration of integer and string. So this solves our issue. We can further use something like this as well. We want to print integers float here, then we are going to use something like semicolon. So this will print as 25.20. So this is a float with 2 decimals. Now some of the other methods of string function in Python. So we have inbuilt methods is capitalize. We can use it to convert the first character to uppercase. We have case fold, which can convert string into lowercase. We have center. We can return the center string. We can use count to return the number of times a specific value occurs in the string. So we can calculate the number of times a character is repeating. We have encode. So returns encoded version of the string. We can print the encode value. Ends with returns true if the string ends with the specified value. Expand tabs. Set the tab size of the string. Find. Search the string for a specified value and returns of the position of where it was found. So basically, we can find the substring in a big parent string using find, or I mean we can use to find the characters as well in the string. We can use format to format specified values. We can use format map to format specified values in a string. Now we have index function, which we can use to search as the string for a specific value, returns the position where it was found. Is lnum returns true if all characters in the string are alphanumeric. Is alpha returns true if all characters in the string are in the alphabet. Is ASCII returns true if all characters in the string are ASCII character. Is decimal return true if all characters in the string are decimals. Is digit function returns true if all characters in the string are digits. Is identifier returns true if the string is identifier. Is lower returns true if all the characters in the string are lowercase. Is numerical returns true if all the characters in the string are numeric. Is printable returns true if all characters in the string are printable. Returns true if space is a function which is returns true if all the characters in the string are white spaces. Is title function returns true if the string follows rules of a title. Is upper function which is used returns true if the characters in the string are uppercase. So as similar to is lower. Now we have join function which will join the elements of an iterable to the end of the string. We can use it to concatenate two strings. T just returns the left justified version of the string. Lower converts the string into lowercase. We have already that's on our ls strip returns the left version of the string. So we have strip, we have ls strip. We also have r strip as well later. Make trans returns the translation a table to be used in translations. Partition returns a tuple where the string is parted into 3 parts. Replace function returns a string where specified is placed with specified value. Rfind such as a string for a specified value returns the last position of where it was found. Rindex such as a string for a specified value returns the last position where it was found. Rgest returns the right justified version of the string. Rpartition returns a tuple where the string is parted into 3 parts. Split the string at a specified separator and returns a list. Strip returns the right trim version of the string. Split splits the string at a specified separator and returns a list. Split line splits the string at lines break and returns a list. Starts with returns true if the string starts with the specified value. Strip returns trim version of the string. Swap case function, swap cases lowercase becomes uppercase and vice versa. We have some more title function method which converts the first character of each word to uppercase. We have translate method which returns a translated string. We have upper method, which we already used, which converts string to uppercase. We have zfill, which is the string with a specified number of 0 values at the beginning. So let us go to operators. Now let us talk about Python operators. So when we talk about comparison operators, we have assignment for operator double equal to for assigning the value. We have less than for comparing the value, a less than b. We have not equal to for a is not equal to b. We have greater than then, and we have greater than equal to. We have less than equal to operators. And we have is and is not as identity operators, which are used for in if else condition. We have in not in for checking the as membership operators, which we use to check whether certain values are present or not. So logical operators we have and is there, logical AND, sorry, it is bitwise AND, we have OR is there, and we have XOR is there, is tilde, I mean, sorry, that we use it for exponential, we have tilde for not, we have double arrow, left arrow for zero for left shift, we have double right arrow for sign right shift. So now let us do hands-on of these. Let us do hands-on on ID. We are going to, we're going to check how operators work in Python. So suppose x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 25, y is equal to 50, z is equal to 100. So let us check the arithmetic operators first. So we are going to print y minus z. So plus is used for addition, minus is used for subtraction. So what is this going to print? Going to print something minus 25. So suppose you want to use multiplication operator, so then it will be x. So star is used for multiplication. Suppose we want to do modulus. So this will give the remainder of it. If remainder is 0, it will give 0. If you want to check the division, so it should be, yeah, y divided by x, this will give the exactly the y divided by x. If we want to do exponential, it would be, so this will be x double star is the exponential. This is 25 raised to power 2. So now we will start with comparison operators. If x is less than y, print x is lesser than y. And if it is greater than y, it will print nothing. So we can put one more statement here. No. So we can have it x greater than equal to, we can have equal to x less than equal to as well. Yeah, so these are the comparison operators. Now we can check for membership operators. So suppose a is equal to, so how we are going to do, if x in a, print and suppose x is 4, then that's not going to print anything. We can put one condition, this will print false. F should be in caps. These two are boolean. So this is false, and if suppose we put fx not in a, this will be true. Okay. We can also check some of the bitwise operator. Suppose z is equal to x and y. So what is going to do? It is going to print zero. So basically these are bitwise operations, and we can do x or y, that is 54. So basically these are bitwise operations, so we need to convert this into bytes, and then we byte value, then we can understand how it is going to process it. So thank you, and So for today, we are done with our first session. I mean, day one, that is introduction to Python and Python basics. Now from tomorrow, we'll be covering day two, that will be condition statements and loops. So thank you, and please do subscribe to our channel